Welcome to our channel, where we delve deep into the vibrant tapestry of nations around the world. From ancient civilizations to modern-day complexities, join us as we uncover the untold stories, the triumphs, and the challenges that have shaped our global heritage. Whether it's exploring the wonders of ancient architecture, unraveling the mysteries of lost civilizations, or navigating through the turbulent currents of recent history, we are here to bring you a comprehensive look at the past, present, and future of cultures worldwide. From the heights of cultural achievements to the depths of human struggles, our journey will showcase the resilience and richness of each nation's heritage. Get ready to embark on a captivating journey with us, where every story is a chapter in the epic saga of humanity. Subscribe now and join us as we uncover the past to understand our present and inspire the future. Let's explore together. Welcome to History of the World. Ancient Albania, situated in the Balkans, was home to several notable civilizations and cultures that left enduring legacies. From the enigmatic Illyrians to the influences of Greek and Roman civilizations, this period laid the foundations for Albania's cultural and historical identity. Our journey begins in prehistoric times, when early humans first inhabited the Balkans. Evidence of their existence can be found in cave paintings, tools, and burial sites scattered across the region. These early settlers were hunters and gatherers, gradually transitioning to agriculture and establishing permanent settlements. Around 2000 BCE, the Illyrians emerged as a dominant culture in the Western Balkans. Known for their fierce independence and tribal structure, the Illyrians inhabited modern-day Albania and parts of neighboring countries. The Illyrians excelled in metalworking, pottery, and art, leaving behind impressive hill forts and burial sites that provide insights into their society and beliefs. By the 7th century BCE, Greek colonization brought new cultural and economic influences to the shores of ancient Albania. Greek city-states established trading posts and colonies along the coastline, introducing Greek language, art, and architecture. The interaction between Illyrian tribes and Greek settlers led to cultural exchange, as evidenced by the blending of artistic styles and religious practices. In 229 BCE, Rome began its conquest of Illyrian territories, gradually incorporating them into the Roman Republic. This period brought profound changes to Albania, including the spread of Roman law, infrastructure development, and the introduction of Christianity. Albanian cities prospered under Roman rule, becoming important centers of trade and administration in the eastern Mediterranean. The decline of the Roman Empire in the 4th century CE marked the end of ancient Albania's classical period. With the division of the empire and invasions by barbarian tribes, Albania underwent significant political and cultural transformations. By the 7th century CE, the region came under Byzantine control, setting the stage for the medieval period and the emergence of new kingdoms and cultures. The medieval period in Albania, spanning from the 5th to the 15th century, witnessed the rise and fall of kingdoms, the clash of civilizations, and the enduring legacy of cultural exchange. Following the decline of the Roman Empire, Albania became part of the Byzantine Empire's sphere of influence. Byzantine rule brought administrative reforms, Orthodox Christianity, and Byzantine cultural traditions to the region. Albanian cities such as Durrës and Shkodër flourished as centers of trade and culture, attracting merchants, artisans, and scholars from across the Byzantine Empire. By the 11th century, Albania experienced the emergence of independent principalities and city-states, each governed by local rulers and feudal lords. These principalities, including the Principality of Arbanon and the Despotate of Epirus, played crucial roles in shaping Albanian political landscape. The Albanian people, known for their warrior spirit and strong sense of identity, resisted external threats and forged alliances to safeguard their autonomy. In the late 14th century, Albania faced the formidable Ottoman Empire's expansion. George Kastrioti, known as Skanderbeg, emerged as a national hero, leading successful resistance against Ottoman forces for over 2 decades. Skanderbeg's leadership united Albanian princes and nobles in defense of their homeland, becoming a symbol of Albanian independence and resilience. Despite political upheavals, the medieval period in Albania witnessed a cultural renaissance. Albanian artists, poets, and scholars contributed to the Byzantine and wider European cultural sphere, enriching literature, architecture, and religious art. Monasteries and churches became centers of learning and artistic expression, preserving Albanian language and cultural heritage. By the late 15th century, Albania faced increasingly frequent Ottoman invasions. Despite valiant efforts, including Skanderbeg's death in 1468, Albania succumbed to Ottoman rule in 1478, marking the end of the medieval period and the beginning of a new chapter in Albanian history. The legacy of medieval Albania continues to resonate through its cultural heritage, folklore, and national identity, serving as a testament to the resilience and spirit of its people. Between the medieval era and the tumultuous years of World War II, Albania experienced a series of challenges and triumphs that shaped its national identity. From Ottoman rule to geopolitical shifts and the rise of nationalist movements, Albania's path to independence was marked by resilience and determination. Following the fall of Skanderbeg's resistance in the 15th century, Albania remained under Ottoman rule for over 4 centuries. During this period, Albanian clans and leaders continued to resist Ottoman control, preserving their language, traditions, and autonomy. The Albanian highlands became a stronghold of resistance, with figures like Mujo Ulkinaku and Hasan Tahsini symbolizing the enduring spirit of defiance against foreign rule. In the 19th century, Albania experienced a cultural and intellectual revival known as the National Awakening. Albanian intellectuals, inspired by European nationalism, advocated for Albanian language rights, education reforms, and national unity. The League of Prizren, established in 1878, became a pivotal organization advocating for Albanian autonomy and territorial integrity amid the geopolitical turmoil of the Balkan region. The early 20th century saw Albania caught in the midst of the Balkan Wars, where neighboring powers sought to redraw borders and assert dominance. In 1912, Albania seized the opportunity to declare its independence on November 28. Despite initial international recognition, Albania faced challenges from neighboring states and internal divisions, requiring diplomatic efforts and sacrifices to secure its sovereignty. Following independence, Albania struggled with internal political instability and external pressures from neighboring powers. The interwar period saw a succession of governments and leaders attempting to navigate Albania's fragile statehood. Economic challenges, territorial disputes, and the rise of fascist ideologies in neighboring countries further complicated Albania's efforts to consolidate its independence and stability. In the early 20th century, Albania was a nation striving for stability. After gaining independence from the Ottoman Empire in 1912, it faced political turbulence. By the 1930s, it had become a kingdom under King Zog Bes. But the winds of war in Europe did not spare Albania. On April 7, 1939, just before the outbreak of World War II, Italian forces invaded and occupied the country, forcing King Zog into exile. Benito Mussolini aimed to expand Italy's influence in the Balkans. The occupation marked the beginning of a tumultuous period for Albania. Despite the occupation, the spirit of resistance was strong. The National Liberation Movement, led by Enver Hoxha, emerged as a significant force against the Italians and later the Germans, who took over in 1943. Albanian partisans engaged in guerrilla warfare, and by November 1944, they had successfully liberated the country, establishing the foundations for a new political era. Post-war Albania saw the rise of the Communist Party, with Enver Hoxha at its helm. In 1946, Albania was declared the People's Republic of Albania, and Hoxha began to consolidate power. Hoxha's regime was characterized by its Stalinist policies and a strict control over all aspects of life. The communist government nationalized industry, collectivized agriculture, and established a state-controlled economy. One of the most notable aspects of Hoxha's rule was Albania's extreme isolation. Paranoid about potential invasions, Hoxha had over 700,000 bunkers built across the country. Albania severed ties with Yugoslavia, the Soviet Union, and even China, remaining isolated until the late 20th century. The regime's repression was severe. Political dissent was met with imprisonment, forced labor, and executions. The Sigurimi, Albania's secret police, maintained a tight grip on the populace. In the early 1990s, Albania, like much of Eastern Europe, witnessed the collapse of its communist regime. The death of Enver Hoxha in 1985 had already started to weaken the regime, but it was the widespread protests of 1991 that marked a definitive end to over 4 decades of isolation and authoritarian rule. Ramiz Alia, Hoxha's successor, attempted to introduce limited reforms, but the pressure for change was unstoppable. In March 1991, Albania held its first multi-party elections in decades, leading to the establishment of a democratic government. The transition from a centralized economy to a market-oriented one was fraught with difficulties. The early 1990s were marked by severe economic hardship, hyperinflation, and widespread poverty. The collapse of state enterprises left many unemployed, and the country struggled to attract foreign investment. However, successive governments undertook significant economic reforms. Privatization of state assets, introduction of a new currency, and efforts to stabilize the economy began to show results. The agricultural sector was particularly transformed as land was redistributed to individual farmers. One of the darkest chapters of Albania's post-communist era was the 1997 pyramid scheme crisis. Many Albanians invested their life savings in fraudulent investment schemes, which promised enormous returns. When these schemes inevitably collapsed, the country was plunged into chaos. Violence erupted across the country, leading to a near-total breakdown of law and order. The government lost control, and international intervention was required to restore stability. This crisis highlighted the fragility of Albania's young democracy and the need for robust economic regulations. Following the crisis, Albania made significant strides towards stabilization and growth. International aid and loans helped rebuild the economy. The late 1990s and early 2000s saw improvements in infrastructure, healthcare, and education. Key sectors such as construction and tourism began to flourish. The government implemented policies to attract foreign investment, and remittances from Albanians abroad played a crucial role in economic recovery. Politically, Albania continued its journey towards democratization. Despite periods of political instability, significant reforms were made to strengthen democratic institutions and the rule of law. Corruption and organized crime remained challenges, but efforts to combat these issues have been ongoing. Albania's aspirations to join the European Union have been a driving force behind many of its reforms. In 2009, Albania became a member of NATO, and in 2014, it was granted EU candidate status. The path to full membership requires continued political and economic reforms, but the progress made so far is significant. Socially and culturally, Albania has undergone a remarkable transformation. The opening up of the country allowed for greater cultural exchange and diversity. A new generation of Albanians, connected to the world through technology and travel, is driving change and modernization. From the arts to technology, Albanian society is embracing innovation while preserving its rich cultural heritage. The younger generation is particularly optimistic about the future, striving to build a prosperous and inclusive Albania. Today, Albania stands at a crossroads. The journey from a repressive communist regime to a hopeful democracy has been challenging, but also inspiring. As Albania continues to pursue its goals of EU membership and economic development, the resilience and determination of its people remain its greatest assets. Located in southeastern Europe, Albania is bordered by Montenegro, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Greece, and the Adriatic and Ionian Seas. Its strategic position has made it a cultural crossroads for millennia. From ancient ruins and UNESCO World Heritage Sites to pristine beaches and rugged mountains, Albania offers a unique blend of history, nature, and modernity. In recent years, Albania has experienced significant economic growth. The transition to a market economy has seen the rise of various sectors, including construction, tourism, and services. Entrepreneurship is flourishing, with a growing number of startups in technology and innovation. Government initiatives and foreign investments are helping to create a business-friendly environment. Tourism has become a cornerstone of Albania's economy. The country's diverse landscapes attract visitors from around the world. The Albanian Riviera, with its crystal-clear waters and beautiful beaches, is a favorite destination. Beyond the coast, Albania offers numerous outdoor adventures. From hiking in the accursed mountains to exploring the serene beauty of Lake Ohrid and the Blue Eye Spring, there's something for every nature enthusiast. Albania's rich cultural heritage is proudly preserved and celebrated. Traditional music, dance, and crafts are integral to Albanian identity, showcased in festivals and cultural events throughout the year. Modern Albania is equally vibrant, with bustling urban centers like Tirana offering a dynamic lifestyle. The capital city is a hub of contemporary art, cuisine, and nightlife, reflecting a blend of tradition and modernity. Education plays a crucial role in Albania's development. Universities and educational institutions are expanding, fostering a new generation of skilled professionals. Albania's youth are driving innovation, with increasing opportunities in science, technology, and research. Educational reforms and international collaborations are enhancing the quality of education. Politically, Albania is a parliamentary republic making strides toward strengthening its democracy. Efforts to combat corruption and improve governance are ongoing. Internationally, Albania is forging stronger ties. As a member of NATO and a candidate for EU membership, the country is aligning itself with Western institutions and values. Despite its progress, Albania faces several challenges. Economic disparities, environmental issues, and the need for infrastructural development require ongoing attention. However, these challenges also present opportunities. Community initiatives and government projects are actively working towards sustainable development and social inclusion. The future of Albania is bright. With its resilient people, rich cultural tapestry, and dynamic economy, Albania is poised for continued growth and prosperity. Modern Albania stands as a testament to transformation and hope. As the nation looks ahead, it carries with it a legacy of endurance and the promise of a vibrant future. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Albania's history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, this has been History of the World.